Friday night hockey is ready to go in Southwest Florida, where we have crosstown rivals meeting for the third time of the season. It's the Florida Eels and the Florida Junior Blades. Good evening and thank you for tuning into the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. Nick Rush giving you the play-by-play of the action from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. This is a Premier Division contest. It's also the lone matchup of the evening between these two teams. The elite squads went at it last night, where the Florida Eels were able to prevail by a 4-1 final score right here at Hertz Arena. But this is a huge matchup for both of these premier organizations. The Florida Eels come into the night 15-8-2, and they are just 2.5 games behind DME Academy for the number one spot in the Florida Premier Division. Florida Eels, they're looking to bounce back after getting swept by DME this past weekend. So Cam Carnes, the team captain, as well as the head coach of the Florida Eels, Frankie Scarpacci, they said there's no better time than tonight to get back on track after suffering a pair of losses back-to-back like that. So let's see if they can do it against their arch rivals right here in Estero, Florida. The Florida Junior Blades, they're 7-14-1 coming into the night. They badly need a win as they are deep in the third place spot of the division with 21 points. Florida Eels, they're in second place with 32 points, so you can see that large gap. But the Florida Eels, they have mentioned time and time again on the coaching staff, they're not satisfied with second place. They want to go for the top spot come divisional playoffs in February. So we'll have to see how this one goes. We will step aside and then come back with the opening puck drop. But before that, we would like to remind you of the Florida Eels sponsors. The Florida Eels Junior Hockey Program would like to thank American Pool and Fountain Service, Southwest Florida Dryer Vent Cleaning, Mike Patrick Electric, Leon Small Engine Service and Repair, as well as Thomas Finau, Junior MVP Realty Associates. For all your real estate needs, contact Thomas Finau Jr., 239-910-2869, or visit his website, tomsellsmoreswfl.com. We're just 5 minutes away from the opening puck drop. We'll step aside and come back then. You are tuned into the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. We return to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network after a rousing rendition of the national anthem. Puck drop moments away. Let's give you the Florida Eels starters here tonight in this premier contest. It all starts out with the goaltender Victor Paulson starting between the pipes. We'll tell you about his stats here in a few moments. Pair of defensemen are Lucas Ov and Jace D'Alessandro. The three forwards are Cade Swigert, Cam Carnes, and Kev Toth. A few of the Florida Eels elite players have been called up to the premier squad for tonight, and those young men are Nick Tigges, Adam Bertzloff, Jake Court, and Cade Swigert. So let's see how they fare tonight at Hertz Arena. The Eels will be skating from right to left across your computer screen, donning their road greens, white numbers on the back, black pants, green socks, and black helmets. Blades skating from left to right. We'll tell you about their jerseys in a moment as we are underway. First one to touch up on the puck will be Kev Toth of the Florida Eels. He'll immediately turn it away to Thomas Brezina down to the Eels' left circle. Brezina wraps around the net of Pawson, tries to wrap it up the right point to Bator, but to no avail as Carnes is able to get in the way. Carnes now gets dumped down, right wing corner, poured up to the half wall on the far dasher. Cade Swigert now scoops up the unattended puck. He'll deliver it out to the halfway mark of the rink where Brezina will body him up to the left boards. Lucas Ov having to play some D here against Brezina, looking for yet another opportunity. Blades not able to find it. Just 45 seconds now into regulation. Now it's Nikita Pinamasov finding a break down to the opposing near circle. Slap shot on, but it will be shimmied away by Christian Sansatora. Sansatora starting in between the pipes, incomplete pass. Goes down the remainder of the rink for the Eels. And setting up that one for Skorek, yet again, will be Victor Paulson. Skorek waits a moment behind the cage. Looking for a wide receiver open. This one outstretched, intended for J.P. Montmarquette on the far end of the blue line. Josh Grund is there to pry it away from Nikita Pinamasov now. back in the face of Sansatora. And the Junior Blades will quarterback yet another offensive drive from the left corner. This time it's Josh Grund getting taken off of the puck by Montmarquette. And it appears that the penalty has been called. And it will be an interference against Nikita Pinamasov. 18:26 to go in the first, as that is your first stoppage of the hockey game. 0-0 score, but yet again, Junior Blades heading to the first power play of the night. Well, Victor Paulson, the Eels' starting goaltender, this is his 18th game in net this season. He comes into the night with a .320 goals against average and a .902 save percentage. Face-off coming to his right side here. Colton Crabtree takes the draw, but he'll come up short. Lucas Ov rims it around the boards from behind the cage, and it's rescued by Josh Grund at the right point. Leveled down to Hertog on the goal line, and up the opposite end for Brezina yet again. Brezina, incomplete pass, picked away by D'Alessandro, but he's not able to pick up the clear. Now it's Josh Grund kicking it away with his stick. And it's socked around the net for Roost. Roost, give and go to Grund. Grund up at the right point, lets it fly, and Paulson meets that one with his left-hand glove. Whistle with 1:23 to go on the Florida Eels penalty kill. On the other end of the ice, you have Christian Sanzatera, starting goaltender for the Blades. This is his third game in net this season. He holds a 1-1-0 starting record, .218 goals against average, and a .952 save percentage. He was also recently named a goaltender of the week in the Elite South for the USPHL. So let's see what he can bring here tonight in his first game against the Florida Eels. Now it's Brezina scooting it back up in his own end of the rink. Slides it forward to Reeser there, but it goes right through his skates onto the tape of McNeish, who lets it fly with another 200-foot clearance. McNeish remains out on the ice rink, now skittered forward by Podrazov, but he's not able to maintain possession. It's Wentworth holding it this time. One-touch pass up the near wall for Shepard. Now Brezina lays out Court with the left shoulder. Back down to the right end boards of Eels ice. Court with a dump and chase. 25 seconds to go until Pinamasov heads out of the penalty box. Flung on out to center. It's Holden Hertog just leveling it on through to Paulson, who will settle it behind the net. Now it's Holden Hertog. Backpedals at the Grund. Grund at the right point now to Vlasic. Vlasic has it fly up and into the possession of Crabtree, as back to 5-on-5 we go. Now Pinamasov will head back to the team benches from the box. Jan Kalinowski will take his place on the rink, as Sanzatera will hold on for another halt and play. Both teams will pick up line changes here, as Sanzatera has the puck dropping off to his left. And this will be Nikita Pinamasov make that Jacob Handfast taking the draw, and he will come up short this time around. It's the Junior Blades looking to wipe it out of their own zone. Reeser's not able to do it as Kalinowski takes him off of the puck. Now the Eels will rim it around yet again to the right corner. Putting on the brakes his Handfast. Rink-wide feed over to Nick Tigas, but Reeser outdoes him. Now backhander for the goal! Jacob Handfast with a backhander in the crease. Over the left shoulder and in. 1-0 Eels, 15:51 left in period number 1. And this is exactly what head coach Frankie Scarpacci wanted. He said during the pre-game meeting, this team needs to have a good warm-up, and they need to direct that energy from that warm-up into the game. He expected his men to go out there and get flying, and that's exactly what they're doing with this early advantage. Now it's Jake Court playing his second night, or his second game in as many nights, I should say, as it's Hayden Haldane redirecting it down to the right end boards of Eels attacking territory. Crossfeeder over to Skorik. Now Skorik gets double teamed by Brezina and Roost. Hard hits continue to get laid out back and forth between these two teams, as now it's Montmarquette to the high slot. Slap shot directed wide off to the left side of Sanzatera. Now wiped for Brezina. Brezina trying to split defenders, but it's redirected back out to the middle of the rink for Jake Court. Jake Court with an outstretched pass down the rink, and the Eels are called for the icing. Now 5 minutes into regulation, where the Eels lead 1-0. Right circle draw coming up. With the Junior Blades in the end zone. One shot taken on, redirected for Roost in the left circle there, but to no avail. Paulson able to get the pads together. Now it's Philip Skorik doubling up with Hayden Haldane here. Stripped by Tristan Roost at the half wall left wing side. And he'll back it behind the cage for Ryan Heck. Ryan Heck, the former Palm Beach Hawk, won't be able to maintain his possession as here's Court leading it out to center ice. Now flipped away, but Lucas Ov has his back there. Lucas Ov will clear it on into the zone. Figueroa barely able to hang it in there from the right point by a matter of inches. And now Josh Grund will fling it on in over the head of Victor Paulson. Left point, Eels get it out of their ice right in front of their team benches, which is off to the right side of my broadcast position. Junior Blades off to the left, as now Lucas Ov will kick it over to Jace D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro behind Paulson. Now middle of the rink for Pinamasov. Pinamasov is called offside, much to the dismay of the Eels bench. The Florida Junior Blades here tonight, sporting their home gray uniforms, white numbers on the back, green pants, gray socks, and white helmets. Interesting combination indeed every time we come to Hertz Arena. Face off at the red dot. Eels looking into their own real estate, but Cam Carnes isn't able to win it as Wentworth beats him out. Wentworth goes long distance for Reeser to the opposing right circle of the Junior Blades. It's Reeser reunited with it. Nick Tigas presses him up behind the net, and Cam Carnes will be able to finagle it away. Kicked aside by Shepard. Shepard will shovel it out in front of Paulson there. It looks like he was trying to find a centering feed for Reeser, but Reeser got beat out by Cade Swigert there. The forward playing a little bit of defense himself. Now Gage McNeish shuffling it up for Carnes. Carnes at the red line out at center. Holden Hertog defeats him in a little bit of a scramble up on the near boards. Down to the Junior Blades right corner. Up to the blue line now for Cade Swigert with a 2-on-2. Swigert will bang it up against the boards, and he will head back to the benches 2-on-2 off for the Eels, as Montmarquette and D'Alessandro will be the fresh new bodies out there icing against the Junior Blades. 12:48 now to go until the first intermission, where the Eels are able to score just moments into this one. It's 1-0. Yet again, Jacob Handfast was the one lighting the lamp. And it was a goal which was scored before many of these fans even came into the rink to take their seats. But nonetheless, fantastic crowd as usual for an Eels and Junior Blades matchup. Speaking of Jacob Handfast, here he is battling it out in the Eels end zone, near corner, and he will come up short. Reeser tried to kick it on out across the blue line. Skorik saves it, puts a wrist shot on, and Sanzatera flashes the leather on the left hand. Shots on goal category currently reads 4-2 in the favor of the Eels. Right side of Sanzatera here. Jacob Handfast getting into the circle. Officials really letting this one play out as somebody keeps moving a little too fast, and it appears that Tristan Roost was kicked out of the face-off circle there for the Junior Blades. Handfast puts a quick one on from the left point. Now shimmy down to the left corner. Knifed up for Hemstrom yet again, but he's not able to hold it. It's Tristan Roos trying to set up the 2-on-1, but the Eels defense sniffs it out just like that. Now it's Hemstrom, far circle, wrapping around the cage is hand fast. He has no reinforcements out there as the Eels get a line change in last second. Now it's Jace D'Alessandro, has it skip over his head, as getting a good amount of airtime behind it was Josh Grund, but it's played out the center and the officials will kill this one off. And it is ruled offside against the Junior Blades. So to the red dot we will go. Hayden Haldane leaning in this time around. And with that being said, we'd like to wish a happy 20th birthday to Hayden Haldane. Definitely hoping to pull out a big win here tonight against the Eels' arch rival to celebrate. Now it's Lucas Ov, right side of the blue line. Eels back in their attacking end. But bodies continue to hit the ice. Colton Crabtree gets roughed down by Josh Grund. And finally yanked down the remainder of the ice rink by the Junior Blades. The icing will be negated. And the Eels will go back to square one yet again. Almost picked off, no avail as fumbling it around was Reeser at his attacking right point there. Now it's Lucas Ov. Goal line to the near side. Cross feeder to D'Alessandro. Now played forward to Colton Crabtree. Beat along the penalty box boards by Reeser. And now Ryan Heck tried to backhand it against the Junior Blades benches. Takes an odd bounce. Now it's Ormiston looking to get something rolling for the Blades. Ormiston gets banged up against the far boards by Colton Crabtree. Now it's Holden Hertog all the way back out to center. He was trying to play it across the blue line there, or hold it in at least. And then it appears that Lucas Ov had to push him back out to center to force a little bit of an offside situation on the Blades there. Knifed on by Brzezina, outer end of the left circle. Chest save made yet again by Victor Paulson. Demid Podrazov scooping up the unattended biscuit back in Eels ice. Now Jared Figueroa overplayed there, picked away by the Blades, and they are offside. Nice play back and forth between these two Premier squads. 10-10 left in the first. Junior Blades continuing to search for the equalizer. And Frankie Scarpacci, as we mentioned during the pregame show, he said this is an absolute must-win for the team if they want to remain in that race for the number one spot in the division. And the Junior Blades, they've been struggling. The Eels know that. But this is a game you definitely need to take seriously, because you just never know what kind of adjustments the Junior Blades could make to their roster. And when something like that happens, it's very unexpected, very last second, so it's hard to adjust. So the Eels need to expect anything and everything in this one, and it seems as if that type of mindset has really been paying off. Now it's Demid Podrazov backhanding it up the gut for Pinamasov in Junior Blades ice. Able to get the turn away there as Josh Grund. Now Grund cruising in with the backhander to Brzezina. Brzezina right circle, slap shot, and it's stuck between the wickets of Victor Paulson for another halt in the action. And fast Henstrom and Kalinowski making their way out on the line change. We mentioned Hayden Haldane a few moments ago, and he has recently been named a USPHL Forward of the Month. He leads the team with 15 goals and 32 points. So it's been a pretty good week for him nonetheless, getting that huge nomination and the award itself, and then celebrating that 20th birthday today. Not bad at all. Now it's Hemstrom flicking it down left wing half wall for Jan Kalinowski there. Odd pop-up by Kalinowski in the blue paint, and it just barely flipped over the crossbar. Out of form there was Sanzatera, so definitely a deadly play for the Junior Blades, but nothing comes out of it. Now it's Kalinowski throwing an absolute dart on there to Sanzatera. Takes it off the face mask, and now it's Roost all the way out in front of Victor Paulson this time around. Fumbled to Hemstrom. Hemstrom to the left point, scoots it to Handfast, and Handfast aims wide right. Sloppy play gives the Eels chance after chance. Now it's J.P. Montmarquette straddling the center of the blue line. Markers it down to the left hash. Now Kalinowski with the crossfeeder, right circle, and getting in the way was Wentworth there. Junior Blades producing a lot of traffic right now in front of Sanzatera. Loaded on down to Hemstrom off of the near glass, and finally Junior Blades will level it out to the neutral zone. Now it's Cam Carnes getting things loaded up yet again as Montmarquette will chuck it on through Sanzatera behind the cage. He'll clear it up the left dasher himself, and that somehow makes its way all the way down the remainder of the rink. Cade Swigert scoops it, and he'll put the brakes on behind Paulson once more. Incomplete pass goes underneath the stick of Toth. And now Toth having to play defense against Reeser here. Poked away by Shepard. Now pried back to Toth. And he will load it down to his own left circle. 7:43 now left here in period number 1. Eels up 1-0. Cade Swiger gets his shoulder from Reeser. He'll stay on his feet with the puck. And he will rally it up to the right corner. 2-on-2 scramble down there. Toth and Cade Swigert getting into dirty areas of the boards there, trying to pry the puck out, but they will come up unsuccessful. Now it's D'Alessandro coming up with some insurance there, gets a shot on net, and it's kicked aside down to the right corner. Now it's Court getting there. Wentworth having to fight him for it a little bit there. Now Toth flanks it back down from the right corner, anchored away by Wentworth, and Wentworth will now lay back on his own end boards. Wentworth getting double teamed, and Haldane just absolutely plowed into him. That's the cleanest kind of hit you can get, and it was a big league one at that. Now it's Brazina, right circle, and Haldane puts him down. Oh boy. Eels elite team in attendance sitting in the stands, and they're going absolutely nuts right now as Haldane is letting nobody get away. Now we'll have a blow of the whistle, and it is an elbowing penalty against the Junior Blades Brazina. Eels fans in attendance, loving every minute of it. And the Eels enter their first 5-on-4 power play of the evening. Face off to the right circle this time, and it's Gabe Hemstrom jumping in. A little bit of confusion here as another Junior Blade got kicked out of the face-off circle. That was Roost getting booted out. Reeser has to take his place, and now it's Podrazov wiping it up to the left point. Jared Figueroa, give and go to Hemstrom. Slap shot on the way from the far post, and a blow of the whistle comes. Eels just get chance after chance after chance as they lead in the shots on goal department now 9-4. 12 seconds killed off already on this 5-on-4. Eels trying to shake off some dust in this one after a couple of tough losses. Meanwhile, Junior Blades riding in on all sorts of momentum. We'll tell you more on the next stoppage, as here are the Junior Blades yet again. It's Wentworth unloading into Eels ice from center. Wentworth hangs back out at center, playing that defenseman position. This time around, it's Figueroa cruising it up for Demid Podrazov across the opposing blue line. Now, right point, left circle, off with a slap shot, wide left. Rebounder came from the goal line there by Podrazov, but he couldn't tuck it in. Now Junior Blades finds some relief. Wentworth sends it 200 feet down, and he'll head back to the Junior Blades benches. Vlasic will do the same. Now it's Jared Figueroa. Trying to split defenders, no can do, but he'll get right back to the biscuit at the left corner. Now it's Figueroa holding on, backhander to Crabtree. Crabtree shares it down to the goal line. Not able to tuck it in was Nikita Pinamasov, although he had a golden opportunity in front of Estero, who was into splits. Now right end boards. Crabtree picking it away. He'll move it up the far boards himself. Stops at the half wall. Has Kalinowski open, but Crabtree keeps it on his own tape. Now drubbed over to Pinamasov, who loses his footwork, and now a penalty is called against the Junior Blades. And we're still awaiting to see what the call was there. Pinamasov, he lost his footing. And now it looks like Pinamasov will be the guilty party. Now Hertog's going in as well. So with 12 seconds left on the Eels 5-on-4, definitely a lot going on right now. It appears that the Eels will remain on the power play for the next 12 seconds. As once again, it's coincidentals coming up between Hertog and Pinamasov, who enters the penalty box for the second time of the evening. 4:33 on the first period clock, 1-0 Eels lead here in this Premier Hockey game. Fans, if you are looking for the most reputable pool service in Southwest Florida, call American Pool and Fountain Service, serving Naples, Marco, Bonita, Estero, and Fort Myers. With over 30 years of experience, they can handle any job. Call them today for a free monthly service quote. Mention this ad and get 1 month free with a signed 12-month contract. Call 239-537-3026. Once again, that number is 239-537-3026. We will step aside and come back once the penalty confusion is all cleared up. You are tuned in to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. We return to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. 4:33 left in the first, where the Premier Eels lead over the Florida Junior Blades by a 1-0 score. 5 seconds left on the Eels power play, and we just got off of some penalty confusion, but now heading out of the box is Brezina, and now we will play 5-on-5. So we just had Pinamasov and Hertog head to the penalty box, and they're both picking up misconducts. So once again, it's 5-on-5. 4 minutes to go in the first with a 1-0 Eels lead. Slicing it away at his own blue line is Jacob Handfast. Cutting it away is Kaya Bator at the right point. Bator anchors it down around the boards and back out the center, where the Junior Blades will regroup. Now it's Colton Crabtree prying it away for Kalinowski. Kalinowski's incomplete pass will rest down at the left corner. Now another scramble breaks out with 4 different men at the half-wall left wing side. Now batted to the opposite end for Kev Toth. Toth chipping it over to Handfast, and Handfast will go down in a collision with Bator. But the Junior Blades will dump it yet again, and the icing will come as expected against the Junior Blades. Well, the Junior Blades in their last game, they defeated the Tampa Bay Juniors by a 4-1 score last Sunday, December 2nd. So earlier on the broadcast, we talked about them riding in on all kinds of momentum. That's exactly what we're referring to with a big division win. Now it's Roost with a 2-on-1. Roost to the left circle, shot on, and robbery by Victor Paulson. Paulson keeps the Eels lead alive, as now it's Cade Swigert rushing in for the offensive opportunity. Cade Swigert aims wide left. Backed up to the right point, Kev Toth lands with his back down on the ice, and it looks like he just went through a blizzard right now as the Junior Blades get stalled yet again. Flicker on from the right point, and the save made. Cade Swigert with the attempt there. He'll head back to the benches. Kev Toth and JP Montmarquette will do the same. And now it'll be a wholesale line change for the Eels. Hemstrom, Handfast, McNeish, Tigas, and Kalinowski. Eels in their last game, it was also last Sunday, December 2nd, where they fell short to the DME Swamp Rabbits 2-1. Now right off the draw, far circle, Jan Kalinowski took a slap shot to half wall, didn't get anywhere as Wentworth blocked it with the skate. Now wrapping around the cage is Kalinowski. Kalinowski with one shot, save made. Hemstrom couldn't pull the rebound and the blue paint. Now kicked up for Kalinowski. Kalinowski trying to rise it up to the blue line, and Tigas barely kept it onside there. Junior Blades able to scoop it back in their favor, so they'll dump one in on Paulson. Paulson sets up Tigas, and Tigas elects to go off to his right. Now Haldane trying to block a shot, no can do. Reeser barely kept in the play. Now one on, where Victor Paulson puts it in the left-hand glove. Down to the final moments of the first, 1:49 left, where the Junior Blades keep on searching for the equalizer, but Paulson's looking like Superman early in this one. It'll be Holden Hertog versus Cameron Carnes. To the left dasher. Now it's Grund taking it save. Grund with a second chance, and Toth wedges it out of there to the middle of the ring. Now it's Jared Figueroa taken off of the puck by Holden Hertog. Ground over to Hertog yet again, but Jared Figueroa interrupts him. Slap shot on all the way out from mid-rink, where the glove save is applied by Santatera. Yet again, it's one of those back and forth, up and down games that you love to see when it comes to the Florida Eels and the Junior Blades, with these two teams having their home facilities just about 20 miles away from one another. Both fan bases show up to each and every meeting between these two, and it's always a lively one indeed. Now it's Demid Podrazov holding it in offensive territory. Brzezina gets it sided away by Figueroa. Figueroa shoved, he holds on, and Figueroa gets lit up that time around by Shepard. And now Haldane puts a redemption hit on Brzezina. This place goes nuts. Haldane is just unbelievable today, lighting anybody up in sight. You can't make it up, folks. Haldane's just a guy that loves to hit, and the hits are just as clean as they come. Brzezina got hit so hard there his helmet went flying off, and he got right back on his feet, but you know he was feeling that one, and he was feeling it for days. So that creates a little stoppage. Officials making sure everything gets settled out a little bit among these two teams. Yet again, no penalties out of that. It's Hayden Haldane. Haldane across the blue line. To the right corner he will go. Wiggled to the opposing side for Skorek. Now, it's Court. Court backing up to his own end for Skorek. Skorek shares it over to Haldane. Haldane contesting against Wentworth, who has to back down to his own goal line to the near glass. Now behind the cage for Crabtree. Crabtree slows it for Haldane. Haldane goes back up top for Montmarquette. Shot, and Court couldn't tuck it in from the near post. Right place at the right time, but his timing just wasn't there. It's as simple as that. Another one back down the ice for Court. Court rising it out to center. Now advances across the blue line. Left circle shot, and that got the right shoulder there of Santatera. 1 second to go, and that is your first period. After the first 20 minutes of regulation, your score, the Florida Eels 1 and the Junior Blades 0. We will take a break and then come back with the puck drop for period number 2 here in this premier battle between the Florida Eels and the Florida Junior Blades. You are tuned in to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network, live from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. Welcome back to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network, where we are set to begin period number 2 of play and this premier matchup between the Florida Eels and the Florida Junior Blades. 1-0 Eels is your score. Fans, for all your real estate needs, contact Thomas Finau Jr., MVP Realty Associates at 239-910-2869 or visit his website, tomsellsmoreswfl.com. Opening puck drop is here for the second. It's won by Hayden Haldane of the Eels as they will skate from left to right across your computer screen in the middle stanza of regulation. Right away, they have a fantastic opportunity. Colton Crabtree nearly stuffed it in from the near post, but the centering feed was just a little bit too late there from Jake Court. Junior Blades skating from right to left here in the second. Now it's Jake Court around the attacking end. Crabtree flips it high and dry over the crossbar there. And now Colton Crabtree over to the left wing circle now. Rings it up to Lucas Ov, right point. Ov with a slap shot, putting the pads together is Sanzatera. Now Court looking for another chance. He won't get it as the interception is made by Brezina. Now Brezina comes rushing his way on in, down to the opposing right wing circle in front of Paulson. Now to the half wall left wing side, it's Vlasic. Vlasic flips it over the head of Lucas Ov. And here come the Eels. Junior Blades give it up, and now it's a one-on-one breakaway for Kalinowski. But the save is made by Sanzatera in the split position. Now the net popped off of the moorings up on the far side. Shot coming on the way, and the whistle is blown. And after the whistle, Hemstrom flipped the puck into the net off the backhand, but it wasn't even close, as that net was off for the past 15 seconds at least. Sanzatera was shouting over and over, just trying to get the officials' attention down at the goal line. And now it's Kalinowski right off the left circle draw. Flies went a little too high around the glass, and it goes all the way back down the rink for J.P. Montmarquette. Now Montmarquette flinging it up to the left point of the blue line. Now Kalinowski give and go for Handfast. Handfast tried to shuffle it out in front for Hemstrom. Now in the crease. Backed out for J.P. Montmarquette at the right point. Hemstrom backs it in, and forcing it back out to the middle of the rink is Brown. Skorek left circle. Skorek down to the goal line. That takes an odd deflection, and on the other end was Handfast, who couldn't act quick enough. Eels have the opportunities there, and they've had plenty of them at that, but they're just not able to pull off the final steps. Now left point at Skorek. Reeser tried to put it between the skates, but no can do. Now delayed penalty is on the way, and this is listed as a slash against the Junior Blades. So Eels head back to the 5-on-4 power play. Reeser is the guilty party this time around. For the Junior Blades, 17:48 to go in the second, where the Eels lead by a 1-0 score. Now keep in mind, folks, this is the lone game of the evening. The elite matchup between the Eels and the Junior Blades this week happened last night. 4-1. Eels came away with the victory here at Hertz Arena. Face off to the far dasher, and the Eels attacking ice. Puck is dropped, and immediately a bizarre deflection sends the puck sailing past the tape of Handfast and all the way down to Victor Paulson. Paulson will set it up behind the cage for Jan Kalinowski. Kalinowski drills it for Figueroa, crossing the blue line. Down goes Roos, and now a penalty is called against the Eels. It's a hooking call, which will go against Jared Figueroa. Figueroa absolutely furious as he heads to the penalty box. So we'll have 1 minute, 42 seconds of 4-on-4 action. And then for the next 18 seconds after that, it'll be a power play, albeit a brief one for the Junior Blades. Face-off coming back to the right side of Victor Paulson here. It'll be Roost versus Haldane in the circle. Biscuit is dropped. Smashed away by Lukasov. Now plotted out to center by Jace D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro double teamed by Brezina, but Haldane has his back. Now wandered on down between the wings for Podrazov. Flanked back out mid-rink. This time for Brezina. Brezina to the right point. Backwards pass, shot on, save made by Paulson as the puck caroms off his chest, and now the other way comes Hayden Haldane. Haldane with a shot on, outer end of the right wing circle, and Sanzatera will flash to leather. Well, it's great to see these two teams finally back in action against each other. Last time the Eels and Junior Blades Premier teams went at it was Sunday, November 11th at the Fort Myers Stadium. The two played a full period before ice problems happened at the Fort Myers Stadium. The Zamboni created an issue out on the ice at the stadium, and it resulted in unsafe conditions for the teams to play on. So the game was suspended with a 3-2 Eels lead before they could even start up the second period. So finally these two teams able to get back at each other, this time in the house of the Junior Blades, Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. And we thank you for listening in and making us a part of your Friday evening. Nick Rush giving you the play-by-play on the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. Now it's Josh Grund from the half wall on the near glass. Wrist shot on, and it goes straight into the glove of Paulson. Both teams staying with their current lines on the rink for this upcoming face-off. Hertog going up against Court. Court comes out as the victor, and immediately storming it out the center is Colton Crabtree. Wentworth applies it back on in, but McNeish is there to save it. Now the disc freed up behind the cage, scooping it up while it was unattended is Josh Grund, but he's double teamed between Skorek and Court as those two sandwich him together. Now around the cage yet again for Colton Crabtree. Crabtree bangs it back on over to Skorek. Skorek up the opposite end through the far glass. Backwards pass to McNeish, and he has a lot more room ahead of him. Now it's a give and go to Colton Crabtree yet again. Eels spending a lot of time in their own ice. 3 seconds left of 4-on-4. Now 18 seconds of power play time for the Junior Blades, and the Eels have it on the enemy end. Court gives it up for Wentworth. Wentworth coming in with a 2-on-2 right circle, and that goes off the right shoulder of Paulson. He shrugs it down left corner for Jake Court, and it's now 5-on-5. Figueroa heading out of the box as another offside will be called. Now both teams getting some fresh bodies out there on the rink. And what's interesting is that after this hockey game here at the Hertz Arena, the FGCU club hockey program, they will have a meeting against UMass. More on that in a moment. A penalty is called against the Junior Blades. So the Eels going to yet another power play as penalties are just coming back and forth between these two teams. And that's too many men on the ice according to the public address system. So Shepard will sit down for that one. Now it's Podrazov having it finessed right off of his stick by Brezina, and back down the rink that one will go. 30 seconds already killed off on this Eels power play. Now it's Podrazov. Podrazov trying to go all or nothing, but his wrist shot goes into the mesh netting above the boards. Well, yet again, University of Massachusetts and FGCU, they will go against each other after this hockey game. And they're slated to start their game around 9 p.m. So a little bit of doubleheader hockey, but when it comes to USPHL action in the Florida Eels, as we mentioned before, this is the lone goal of the evening. But Hertz Arena, not only is it the home of the Florida Junior Blades, but it's also the house of the FGCU ACHA program, as they have teams at the Division II and Division III level. Eels attacking with 1 minute to go. On the 5-on-4. It's Kalinowski sliding it down for McNeish, and McNeish fires one high and dry as yet another puck will fly out of play. Safety netting at Hertz Arena wraps and a 360 around the ice rink, and it is a clear color, so that way it doesn't interfere with your view of the ice rink. It blends right on in, and it really is convenient to make these fans feel safe in the bleachers. Now it's Hayden Haldane wrapping it around the net to the far point. Kalinowski winds and fires, and straight to the breadbasket of Estero. Junior Blades just need to kill off the next 35 seconds until we get back to full strength. 14:02 to go in the second, where the Eels lead 1-0. Eels lead in the shots on goal department 20-10 with this right wing circle draw. Hayden Haldane getting in there yet again. He's taken a majority of the faceoffs tonight for the Eels. Haldane takes it with a shot, and it skitters just wide across the goal mouth. A little bit of a saving grace there for the Junior Blades. Back up on the half wall. This one will go off to the right side of Estero, out to center, and a high stick was played here. That will trigger a stoppage and play. Handfast, Podrazov, Hemstrom, and McNeish, the new men getting out there. 4 on, 4 off, as they'll have a draw back at their own red dot. Now Tigas is getting out there at the last second. So it's a wholesale change for the Eels. Quinn Shepard out there taking the face-off. That's his first one of the night, and he won't be able to be victorious in that regard. Now it's Podrazov outside the far circle to the corner. That one will go. Right dasher this time for McNeish at the point. Shot flanked wide left, and back to 5-on-5 we will go. Now Podrazov keeping the momentum alive here for the Eels. It's Hemstrom holding it across the blue line by a matter of inches for a point. Now it's Podrazov yet again. Podrazov flipping it to Hemstrom, traded behind the cage for Lucas Aub. Now McNeish to Handfast. Handfast has it stripped by Brown, and Brown will ship it down the remainder of the rink. Now Nick Tigas trying to deliver it out to center. Comes up shy yet again from the right point. It was a slapper on the way from Sabrina there. Or Brezina, I should say. Brezina with a pump fake there. Shot gets caught up in traffic, and a third one on the way, and they're still not able to capitalize. Now the Eels are getting lucky on a few moments of their own. Hemstrom toe dragging his way past Vlasic, and Vlasic is able to hold on to it for a moment before it's tagged over to Handfast. Now Handfast looking for his second goal of the evening. Traffic able to jump right in the way, and now it's Hemstrom yet again at the high slot. Whiffed on the wrist shot attempt, and Brezina wraps it around the cage up to the right point. That will go. Brezina has it handed to him by Brown before Podrazov is reunited with it. Eels come back on in. Line change coming their way with 2 on and 2 off. It's Toth and Skorek, the freshmen, out there with a shot on. Save. Rebound. Cade Swigert almost had a half-empty net to work with there, but yet again, this Junior Blades defense has just been stubborn as a whole. The back check tonight has been something else as well, as now it's Cade Swigert having it applied over his helmet onto the tape of Ormiston. Ormiston will let it fly to Paulson, and Paulson will slow it down for Philip Skorek. Skorek going long with the one-touch pass, and Vlasic lowers a shoulder and a Toth. Those two will go down. Nice hit there, which gets a little bit of energy flowing on the Junior Blades benches. Cade Swigert backhands it into Eels attacking territory with a 3-man change now coming their way. Kalinowski rips one wide right, and freezing it up is Lucas Off. Now approaching the halfway marker of the second, 10:43 to go, where the Eels lead by 1. Now it's Brzezina finagling a pass off. Now left circle, close play in front for Paulson, but he's able to vacuum that one up for the whistle. Both teams looking to get back into their winning ways. It's been pretty hit or miss game by game for both of these teams. Florida Eels are 3-2 in their last 5 games. Junior Blades 2-3 in their previous 5. And there's no better way to get into a good habit and a good streak than by starting it against your arch rival. That's what it's all about here when it comes to the Eels and the Blades. Someone's definitely going to shine here this evening as Victor Paulson is able to catch a pop-up with 10-12 left on the clock. Overall, chances are coming back and forth, swinging both ways here for the Blades and Eels. Whistled on down to Ov out of the left wing circle. Ov just barely able to deliver it out to center ice for Wentworth. Now Wentworth having to recoil as trying to chase him down was Gabe Hemstrom. Now it's Jace D'Alessandro retrieving a dump in from Grund. This one's high, barely stays in play up the near dasher for Hemstrom. Hemstrom gets it pinned down right corner and Junior Blades own ice. Now it's Jacob Handfast on the right end boards getting into it with Wentworth. Those two will hacksaw away at the puck. Roos gets in there and he's pinning the puck up against his skate. Wentworth frees it up to Roost and Roost will level it back down the rink. Holding up the left hand will be Paulson, and his request for the icing will be granted. And at this point, it seems as if the Junior Blades are just playing like they're on a penalty kill because they're being stuck in their own zone, and they're just trying to dump it whenever they can. Florida Eels really controlling the play. And although the scoreboard reads 1-0 Eels, it definitely doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's maybe a 3-0 game, 5-0 game, but when it comes to converting, Eels just can't pull that last step. Now it's Haldane, right circle, trying to cruise in, but Brzezina held him up against a wall behind the net, and Brzezina dancing away with it. Crabtree gives him a little hip check. Brzezina still up on his feet. Brzezina from coast to coast. Now behind Paulson. And finally stopping the opportunity is Gage McNeish. Aiden Haldane getting in some assistance there. Leveling the puck out to the middle of the rink at the center line. Now it's Jake Court at his own blue line. Settling it for Crabtree. Crabtree stays onside with Haldane to his left. Haldane with a wrist shot from the right point. And that goes straight to the midsection of Sanzatera. And yet again, Sanzatera looking very sharp in this hockey game. Even though this is only his 3rd game in net this season. But he certainly has that mid-season form. He's been with the Junior Blades ever since the start of the season. Now it's Jared Figueroa plopping back in Eels' own ice. He'll tag it back out to center. Battling it out with Reeser, and Reeser will win that time around. It's Junior Blades' puck. But the pass is too far out for Brown, and it lands onto the wood of Mont Marquette, and he just took an ugly hit behind the cage. Oh, my goodness. And it's taking him a moment to get back up. Mont Marquette's able to do so, and now things are starting to get ugly. Reeser and Figueroa are going at it. Officials are jumping in the way as those two get escorted away from each other, but it's not looking pretty. Figueroa heading to the penalty box. Looks like Reeser's getting away scot-free this time. And Figueroa sits down for his second penalty of the evening. Well, Reeser and Figueroa, they were trading sticks at one another. You knew something was about to get crazy there, but the officials jumped in right on time before anything could escalate. Hertog to the left circle, loses a draw in the Junior Blades end zone. Slapping this one to the right point is Montmarquette. Roughing is the call against Jared Figueroa. Now it's over to Ormiston in the left circle. Now the Junior Blades are hogging it in the end zone, but Handfast will put an end to it. 2-on-1. It's Crabtree in between the rings with a wrist shot. Nice one, but an even better save is made by Santa Terra. And now we'll have a massive scrum off to the far post. All 5 men going at each other. Santa Terra gets in there, but it appears that he's mainly just trying to defuse the situation and get his teammates out of there. Colton Crabtree was involved. He heads back to the bench fired up. With 1:26 to go on the Junior Blades power play. And as of right now, it appears no penalty will come out of that. Officials will still head over to the Eels bench to talk over the situation with head coach Frankie Scarpacci. And now that creates a delay in the contest, and usually when you do have a scrum break out like that, it usually does lead to a few minutes before you get the next drop of the puck. And Colton Crabtree is visibly upset right now, shouting at an official. And it appears that what happened is Crabtree took a stick to the face, and that's what started this whole scramble after the save from Zanzatera. Crabtree started throwing some punches afterwards to defend himself, and the way Crabtree's acting, you'd think a penalty got called against him or something. He's pointing to his eye because that's where he took the stick at, but no penalty is called out of any of that. I think that's what Crabtree really wanted. He wanted the Junior Blades to be penalized for that. And now Crabtree's heading to the penalty box. How about that? You hear the displeasure among the Florida Eels faithful in attendance. How about that? And that's a misconduct call. And you know where that probably came from, is him yelling at the officials, trying to protest his call. So that's where it came from there. 1 minute, 15 seconds now for the Junior Blades on the power play. Now it's Brezina wrapping around his own cage. Brezina up the gut for Shepard out to neutral ice. Shepard tuning it down to the opposing left circle, holding it across as Wentworth. And yet again, the Eels continue to protest as they wanted that one offside. Now Wentworth around the net he will go before the Eels finally fly it on out, courtesy of Nikita Pinamasov. Now Brezina gets a little shoulder from Nikita Pinamasov after Brezina was able to successfully get the pass off to Brown. Now Brown left corner, 4-man scramble with the puck being led up to the left point. Shot on, save made, rebounder, doesn't get on, third chance, and it's scrambled aside. D'Alessandro gets to clear, and the Eels get relief. Now the other way, it's a 2-on-1. Pinamasov in front. Deke, shot and a goal. Demid Podrazov scores with a backhander to the near post, and that increases the Eels' lead to a pair. 5:37 left in the second, and that happened right as we went back to 5-on-5. Crabtree stays in the penalty box due to his misconduct call moments ago. But the Eels get some breathing room in the scoring column. Nikita Pinamasov set him up well. Podrazov with the tally yet again. The Moscow-Russia connection. Able to convert. And now it's Jacob Handfast in the face-off circle, and he will win it for Hemstrom. Hemstrom scrapes it across the zone to Kalinowski to the far boards in front of the Eels benches. Now a puck flies into the stands, and the officials are calling yet another violation. And correction, I misread it there. Puck went out of play. Official had his hand up, and additionally, you had the Florida Eels elite team in attendance going crazy as if a penalty were called. So got a little ahead of myself, but once again, 5-on-5. It's Hemstrom from behind the cage, tried for the centering feed for Jacob Handfast. As we continue with even play, Crabtree waiting out his misconduct in the box yet again. 5 minutes to go in the second, 2-0 Eels. Now Hemstrom circles one out of play. And Demid Podrazov, he's been on fire coming into the evening. He has 5 points in his last 6 games, which includes 4 goals and 1 assist. With that tally, you can make that 6 points in his last 7 games. 5 goals and 1 assist. Now it's Nick Tigas revolving it up to the right point. Junior Blades listed offside, not able to hold it in on the far end of the blue line was Brady Ormiston there. Another former Palm Beach Hawk. And keep in mind, you do have a few of those former Palm Beach Hawks on this Junior Blade squad. Offside, yet again, are the Junior Blades, so they'll just give it on over to the Eels, and it's Hayden Haldane. Anyway, you have Ryan Heck, and Hayden Haldane just did it again. He just decked another guy, and that was Ryan Heck. And now Haldane gets put down, and now we've got a fight. Hertog in there. He's trying to throw some punches at Haldane. Now Carnes jumping in to defend him. And yet again, now that goes on to the benches of the Eels. Oh my goodness. Eels benches are grabbing onto Hertog. And now you have Alex Sanchez and Frankie Scarpacci, the coaches, yanking on the guys, saying do not get involved because you don't want anybody getting ejected out of this. But it all started with Haldane taking the hit. It was a redemption hit yet again by Hertog, and then Hertog jumped on top of Haldane. And then to add insult to injury there, you could say, Hertog got a little too close to the Eels' benches, and multiple men started grabbing away on him. And that'll lead to yet another delay. 4:31 left until the second intermission. 2-0 Eels. The Eels a lead in the stands right now, just going absolutely nuts at that. But they've been bringing the noise all night long. And it'll take a while to really sort this out. Fans, if you are looking for the most reputable pool service in Southwest Florida, call American Pool and Fountain Service, serving Naples, Marco, Bonita, Estero, and Fort Myers. With over 30 years of experience, they can handle any job. Call them today for a free monthly service quote. Mention this ad and get 1 month free with a signed 12-month contract. Call 239-537-3026. That number again is 239-537-3026. Once again, 4.5 minutes ago until the intermission. Eels up by a pair. We'll be back after this. You are tuned in to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. 4:31 left in the second period. 2-0. The Florida Eels lead over the Florida Junior Blades here in Premier action. And penalty trouble has just been cleared out. as we have 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes, and then after that, we'll have the Junior Blades heading to a power play. It's Podrazov to the left circle, backhanded for D'Alessandro, and the puck is out of play. Well, anyway, so the Junior Blades, they have 2 men in the box currently. The Eels have 3. Before the break, we had a little bit of a Donnybrook breakout for sure. A line brawl, you could say, which eventually led into the Florida Eels benches getting into it. Well, as of right now on the scoreboard, there's a 2-minute violation against the Junior Blades and a 5-minute major against the Eels, and that major's against Hayden Haldane, who was eventually taken back to the locker rooms. Slap shot, outer end of the left circle by Nikita Pinamasov, gets blocked away. Slap shot coming back to Pinamasov on the far dasher, but he's not able to get either one of them on. Now saving it at the middle of the blue line is D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro forks it down to the left corner for Pinamasov yet again. Now spinning it away will be Brown. Brown to Brezina. Brezina to the right circle. Jabs one on. And that goes straight to the stomach of Victor Paulson. Now, whether or not Hayden Haldane was ejected from the game or whether it's just a 10-minute misconduct, we will try and get you that update as soon as possible. But Hayden Haldane, not a lot of Eels fans were happy about him leaving the game at all. As here's Handfast leading the charge on a 2-on-1 left circle, and that goes off the face mask of the netminder Sanzaretta and eventually into the mesh netting behind him. Well, Hayden Haldane, throughout the course of this game, he's been just laying out these massive hits. These are hits you would see out of the National Hockey League, but they're all clean. And Hayden Haldane, he's managed to stay out of the penalty box all game long. But the Junior Blades definitely didn't appreciate it, and that's when the two teams led into that brawl before our previous break. And right now you still have officials at the scorer's table still trying to settle out all the penalties moments later. The official scorer down there is making sure everything is straight. And that leads into yet another pause. Frankie Scarpacci, the head coach, another person who was none too happy about Haldane being directed back to the locker rooms. At one point, he was yelling so loud at the officials, you could hear it all the way up here in the broadcast booth. Definitely some crazy stuff here tonight. We've seen a little bit of everything in this Premier Hockey action. Jan Galinovsky buries Brezina into the boards behind Zanzaretta 18 seconds ago on this 4-on-4. Until the Florida Junior Blades head into the power play, And now when the Junior Blades head into this power play, it'll be for 3 minutes. Moments ago, if I happen to say 4 minutes, I do correct myself there. But once again, 3 minutes of 5-on-4 on the way for the Junior Blades. But there's 2 minutes 40 seconds left here in period 2. Eels still lead by a pair of goals. Shots on goal now 28-14 for the Eels, and another puck is stashed into the Florida Eels benches. Jacob Handfast will scoop that one up from the floor, and he'll chuck it back out onto the ice. Face off, left circle, and now we head into that 3-minute power play for the Junior Blades. Eels do have a strong PK unit, and sometimes they do have a knack for scoring even when they are down a man. So let's see where the remainder of this second period brings us, as here's Shepard whipping it up against the penalty box boards to the far end. Now it's Brezina taking a 360 at the right point. Carnes gets in there, can't jab it away. Now shot from the right circle, muscled aside by Paulson. And now racing the other way is Carson. Make that Carnes. Getting the words tangled up as here's a backhander on for the blow of the whistle. Now another wholesale line change on the way for the Eels. It's Handfast, Podrazov, McNeish, as well as Philip Skorek. Winning the draw in the left circle are the Junior Blades up against the penalty box. It's another four-man scramble. It's getting delivered right now. And now Colton Crabtree and the Florida Eels penalty box. He's making some noise, banging up against the boards, and another penalty is on the way. Skorek tripped up Brzezina at the right point. And actually, let's see, was that just offside? It appears they're just going to call offside. How about that? Skorek had his stick caught up on Brzezina's leg. Brzezina went down and the official raised a hand. And this all happened right in front of him, but he raised his hand for the offside, not the trip. And that is a stressful situation. The Eels dodge a bullet there for sure. And now with a drop of the puck at the red dot, Kalinowski unleashed an absolute bullet which went onto the Junior Blades bench. And that one may have caromed off of a player as we had some oohs and ahs come from the crowd. We couldn't see exactly who it was, but everyone does appear to be okay on the left side of my broadcast position. Anyway, so for the next minute, 52 seconds from here on out, it's a power play for the Junior Blades, 5-on-4. Now Shepard on the back of Skorek as those two battle it out for the puck on the right-hand side. Now Reeser absolutely dumps down Kalinowski with the stick. Eels benches calling for a trip there. They won't get that one either. Officials at this point really letting the guys play. Now Kalinowski dueling it for Reeser at the high slot. Puck bouncing all around in the Eels' defensive side. And finally muscling it down the remainder of the rink is Jan Kalinowski. This game is as scrappy as they come. Now we see McNeish getting held up by Reeser. Things definitely getting ugly. Intermission comes in 33 seconds. It's an intermission we definitely need to get these guys to cool down. It's making for a very physical style of hockey, however, as here's a forehander on there by Kalinowski. Now it's Podrazov with chance number 2 outside the far circle. Blocker save produced by Santatera. Now Jan Kalinowski trying to pry it into the net from the far post. And now we definitely have some commotion here. Is that a goal? It is. Wow. It came off of a late signal, but the puck went in, and it was Podrazov getting it through by a matter of inches. Oh, wow. I didn't think that one was a goal at all. First of all, the net came off of the moorings on the far side. And was that goal waved off? Now they come together and they say it's waved off. Huh. And it makes sense. I didn't believe it was a goal either at first because far side of the net popped off, and if that puck crossed the crease at all, it was by inches. And I do mean inches. But the Eels, they went around to the benches for high fives and handshakes, and this is still a 2-0 game as we head to the second intermission. A lot is broken out in the middle portion, and finally it comes to a close where these two teams can clear their heads. Eels lead 2-0 after 40 minutes of regulation, 29 seconds to go on the carryover penalty kill for the Eels. Live from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida, you are tuned in to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. Third period just about to begin here at Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. 2-0. The Florida Eels Premier Team leads over the Florida Junior Blades. For all your real estate needs, contact Thomas Finau Jr., MVP Realty Associates at 239-910-2869, or visit his website, tomsellsmoreswfl.com. Eels will skate from right to left here in the third and final portion of regulation, while the Junior Blades will go from left to right. It's Carnes versus Roos. The puck drops and we are ready to go. 25 seconds left on this Junior Blades carryover power play. Skittered on down for Lucas Ov out at neutral ice, halfway marker of the rink. Now it's Cameron Carnes floating it away for D'Alessandro. Now intercepted by Ormiston to the left wing circle. Hertog backs him up as the puck is now pinned back behind the cage. Now it's Cameron Carnes taking a whack at it down the rink, and back to 5-on-5 we go. So from the looks of it right now, Hayden Haldane will not be making his return to this hockey game after he was sent back to the locker rooms in the second period after quite a scramble, we must say, between these two teams. It was a line brawl which broke out onto the Florida Eels benches. Well, of all of that, Hayden Haldane, he is done for the night. Now it's Skorek, save, rebound, and a goal! Now it's Cade Swigert making this a 3-0 game, tucking it in from the far post from one side of the zone to the other, and it is 3-0, 1 minute and 1 second into period 3. That's exactly what the Florida Eels needed heading into the third. They knew the ultimate mission heading into period 3 was to send this game to bed, put it away, don't give the Junior Blades any more chances. Up by 3, it's a good start. Pinamasov versus Shepard at the middle of the rink, and Pinamasov will back this one up to his goaltender Victor Paulson. Now it's Skorek. Skorek, cross feeder over to the far end, and it's cleared down the remainder of the rink with an icing called against the Eels. Philip Skorek collects the lone assist on the tally from Cade Swigert. 34-17 Eels now for the shots on goal. Well, we've talked throughout the course of the game about the playoff race and the divisional race for first. As the puck goes out to play back in Eels' own ice, off the tape of Pinamasov on the far side dasher. DME Swamp Rabbits, first place. They're 2.5 games ahead of the Florida Eels. Swamp Rabbits with 37 points, Eels with 32. And third place with 21 points, it's the Florida Junior Blades. Tampa Bay Juniors are last with 17. Now it's Demid Podrazov rocking it across center ice, down to the opposing left circle. Podrazov creeping in, Figueroa backing him up with a shot, but the save will be produced. Now wheeled out for Reeser with the breakaway. Reeser between the circles, forehander, and too much pressure as the puck rang off of the backboards. And in the process, Victor Paulson lost his stick, so a lot of relief on his face. You can see it through the mask. He'll retrieve the piece of wood right in front of the blue paint as we're now 2 minutes into the third. Eels up 3-0. And now JP Montmarquette yelling at an official as the Eels as a whole, they're just really frustrated tonight. They feel that a lot of penalties have went unnoticed among the Junior Blades. Nonetheless, Eels still on top, taking that demanding 3-goal advantage. Now it's Demid Podrazov, intercepted by Reeser, back behind the Junior Blades' own net. A little bit of a two-man scramble along the right wing end boards. Shot with the centering feed from Nick Tigas goes high and dry. And right as the Junior Blades get it out to center, Figueroa frees it back on in as he heads back to the benches. Now it's Gage McNeish, outsmarted by Hertog. Hertog coming in towards Paulson. Gets down to the far side of the goal line before McNeish is able to take it right off of the wood. Now Bator He'll bat it over to Brzezina. Brzezina rocked up against the right wall by Jan Kalinowski. Now it's a 2-on-2 for the Eels. Cruising in is Hemstrom, but Eels are offside. Drop of the puck at the red dot here with Cam Carnes going up against Hertog. Cam Carnes immediately stabs it to a Florida Junior Blade defender. And that will be Holden Hertog. Hertog dumps it on in. He'll head back to the team benches with a one-man line change. Coming out there is Tristan Roost. Crabtree puts it between the skates of Roost. And the Junior Blades have it stuck back in their own ice. Now Junior Blades to the end zone. They will go outer end, right circle, save made. Now Brzezina to the high slot. And now Court almost had a breakaway there, but able to skate to it quick enough was Reeser. Reeser stopping at the left end boards. Eels attacking real estate. Rock to the low slot for Court there, but he'll give it up for Roost. Now Roost at his own blue line in front of the Junior Blades benches. Pins it for Brzezina. And now Brzezina can't hold on to it. Junior Blades with a lot of forceful passes, and it's just not transitioning well for them. Now back into the Eels' clutches is the puck. Quarterbacking the drive will be Lucas Ov from behind their own net. Lucas Ov out the mid-rink with Cade Swigert. Swigert onside with the wrist shot. Outer end of the right circle. Whiffed a little bit on the wrister attempt. And now it's the Junior Blades the other direction. Now it's Grund going up one-on-one against Kalinowski to the Junior Blades' own blue line. But now Jace D'Alessandro is able to be the additional attacker there to put the Eels on the offensive side. Cade Swigert, half wall, left wing dasher now for Jan Kalinowski, left circle. Now Kev Toth lowers the shoulder on into Josh Grund between the rings. One shot on, save made. Cade Swigert looking for the juicy rebound to the far post. Can't stab it home. Now it's Kalinowski wide off to the right side, and the official will kill off the play. 14:40 left in the third, where the Eels lead by a 3-0 score. One player who we have not seen at all in this one for the Junior Blades is defenseman Sam Storley. That's a little bit of a surprise because Storley does lead the Junior Blades with 14 assists and 16 points. He's a 20-year-old from Wisconsin Rapids, and he previously competed in the North America Tier 3 Hockey League with Minnesota's New Ulm Steel. Right off the draw in the right circle. Slap shot by Nikita Penemasov. Vacuumed on up by Zanzatera. Eels with another face-off victory. This time it's Philip Skorek, the first one to touch up on it. He's reunited with it. Off a scramble behind the cage. 2-on-2 behind Zanzatera. Now wrangled on up to the left circle. Penemasov playing some defense. Roos trying to fork it on out across the blue line, and he's unsuccessful. But now it's Vlasic able to do the honors. Now it's Skorek racing his way on down to the right wing corner. He'll put the brakes on. Now he has a defender on him. That's Vlasic. Now Skorek with a rink-wide feed over to Podrazov. Podrazov tried to ship it up to Tigas at the blue line. A little too far outstretched, however. Now it's Skorek retrieving it mid-rink. Jared Figueroa this time around gets sandwiched between a pair of defenders, and Holden Hertog will escape with it. Now it's rescued by Demid Podrazov as the Eels hold it in. It's a shot, and it's too high up. Junior Blades get the dump down. The icing will be negated. Officials say that puck caromed off an Eel before making its way on down towards Victor Paulson. Now it's Figueroa. Beat out by Grund left circle. Now Figueroa and Grund, they're going to exchange some shoves with each other before going their separate ways. Back out to the neutral zone. It's Gage McNeish firing it on in. Now one-man change, Podrazov heading off. And in exchange, Hemstrom will head on. Now Sanzatera puts glove to puck to stop the clock with 13 minutes left in this one. Eels up by 3 yet again, as they are now 41-19 and shots on goal. And considering the rapid movement of the Florida Eels offense, Sanzatera has been hanging in well despite giving up those 3 tallies thus far. Face off to the right circle this time around. Eels get it yet again, and that's been another big part of this contest, of the face-off victories. Eels able to make things happen in the attacking end to start up those scrambles. Now it's D'Alessandro, left point. Anchors it on down right corner for Jan Kalinowski. Kalinowski to the right circle. Plays it on back for Ob. Ob will snipe it on down left corner for D'Alessandro now. Backhander for Handfast. Handfast gets a shot on. He'll try for the rebounder down at the half wall, but he has Roost blocking his view. Now played to D'Alessandro. Cross feeder to Ov. And Ov will play it back over for D'Alessandro. Heck getting up in the face of D'Alessandro at the blue line. D'Alessandro not appreciating that, but he'll just get away from him. Now Handfast to the nearest circle. Applies one on, but the chest save is made. A lot of activity going on at Hertz Arena here tonight as the Eels get a full-scale change. Skorek, Court, Carnes, Crabtree, and Montmarquette, the new bodies out there. Anyway, right now you have the Florida Everblades ECHL hockey team playing on the main ice rink at Hertz Arena, formerly known as Germain Arena for numerous years. You have this Florida Eels and Junior Blades hockey game playing right now, and then after the conclusion of this game, we'll have college hockey between Florida Gulf Coast University and University of Massachusetts. Glove save produced by Storley. Make that Sanzatera. 11:28 now left to go in this hockey game. At this point, the Junior Blades are just looking to get on the board by the end of regulation. Noah Reeser outsmarted by Court, center of the rink. Now it's Colton Crabtree saucing it on up to himself in the right circle, but he'll get skated out there by Brown. Brown tried to release it across the blue line and out to center, but jumping in the way was Cam Carnes. Now Colton Crabtree, side swipe over to Court. Court putting the brakes on the near end of the goal line. Extended up the left wing dasher now for Colton Crabtree. Crabtree takes a 360 with Shepard on his back. Now it's Crabtree yet again with a backhander, right circle. Cruising on into the lane, save, rebound, and did that puck go in? No, it did not. And now we have more theatrics. We have a fight behind the cage, and we have a big crowd in front. And Sanzatera is shaken up. Now Crabtree's heading back to the benches after he played a big part in this recent scrum. And we've had numerous of these battles throughout the course of this game. Penalty box doors opening up yet again. And from the looks of it, more coincidentals will be starting up. Penalty box doors are still open in case if the officials need to bring anybody else in there right now. But that brings the captains Cam Carnes and Tristan Roost back out in front of the scorer's table. Once again, we reached the halfway marker of the third. 10:41 to go in this hockey game. Eels lead 3-0 here in this premier bout on the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. We'll step aside. 10:41 left to go in regulation. 3-0. The Florida Eels lead over the Florida Junior Blades. here in Premier Hockey action, where we return to play after the latest incident between these two teams. Yet another big scramble of guys featuring all 10 players out on the rink. Well, this will lead to roughing coincidentals out of all of that mess. So 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Colton Crabtree back into the box for the Eels. Meanwhile, for the Junior Blades, it'll be Alex Brown sitting down. Colton Crabtree in the penalty box for the second time of the evening. And now it's Vlasic back to the right circle, spinning around as D'Alessandro, as the Eels have it back in their favor. However, they're back in their own real estate. Down to the final 10 minutes of the hockey action. Jacob Handfast with a drop pass to Lucas Ov on the far side of the goal line. Now he'll forward it to Handfast yet again at the blue line. Now, right circle for Jan Kalinowski. Kalinowski, he'll get pinned up behind the cage, spread back up the left wall. Saved on the near point for D'Alessandro. Flanked behind the cage, multiple players going at it. Wrist shot by Kalinowski, and he rang it off of the crossbar. That gets some more oohs and ahs from the Florida Eels elite team in the stands as it's wiggled to the right circle. Now centered up between the rings for Kalinowski. Lowered, right corner. D'Alessandro yet again. Make that Jacob Handfast. Handfast working it, middle of the blue line. Fires one on long distance, but 17 seconds remain of this 4-on-4 hockey. Eels once again just finding the ways to jam it on in and make things uncomfortable for the Junior Blades. Finally, Blades get the clear courtesy of Tristan Roost. Now Nikita Pinamasov brings it center ice for Ov. Drop pass for Pinamasov now. Things almost got a bit out of control there as the Eels are in the middle of a line change and had difficulty communicating with one another. Now it's Philip Skorek. And a 2-on-2 scramble, near side, center ice. Skorek pinned up by Ormiston. And the Junior Blades, as a result, they will escape with the biscuit. Now it's Kaya Bator. Empty stick laying back in the Junior Blades' own ice. Everyone out on the rink right now has a twig in their hands. So, as a result, definitely not a problem. But that stick will remain on the ice until the next blow of the whistle. Now it's Philip Skorek off of the one-touch pass. Eels regroup, killing off a few seconds in their own zone. Now played out for Figueroa. Incomplete pass slides in between his skates. With 7:45 to go here in the third. 3-0 Eels lead. Yet again, this is Premier Hockey. Only game of the night here at Hertz Arena in USPHL action. Now Zanzatero with the cover-up. The Eels, their next game will be this Sunday, December 9th against the Tampa Bay Juniors. Puck drops at 1:30 p.m. for the Premier game inside the Fort Myers Stadium. You can catch the action right here on the Florida Eels Broadcast Network through Hockey TV. And that will be a doubleheader day, 11 a.m. for the elite bout as well between the Eels and Juniors. Left circle draw in the Eels end zone. Immediately wiped out by Heck, as once again we return from 4-on-4 to 5-on-5. Now Junior Blades are caught with the icing. On the other hand, the Junior Blades, they will return to action tomorrow at the Tampa Bay Juniors. 8 p.m. puck drop at Florida Hospital Center Ice at Wesley Chapel, just north of Tampa. So definitely quite a busy turn of events for the Junior Blades to host this game and then immediately turn things around to Tampa tomorrow. However, they are going from one night game to another evening game. Now we see Gage McNeish just get absolutely blasted behind his own net. Took him a few seconds to get back up, but he'll skate to the bench on his own power. And now, once again, we have guys throwing fists at one another. But this time, the officials have it all under control. And it was Colton Crabtree yet again. He has certainly had a problem with a few of these Junior Blades players throughout the course of regulation. He goes back to the team benches. At this point, he's lucky it's not the penalty box because he's been in some heated affairs nonetheless. Face off to Sanzatero's left. Eels now just 2 attempts away from reaching 50 shots on the evening. Definitely an incredible feature indeed. There's a shot up front, but Hemstrom just placed it a little too high up. Now meandered on down to the left corner, where the Junior Blades will finesse it back out for D'Alessandro at center ice. Shepard able to do the magic there for the Blades, but D'Alessandro will keep killing off time back in the Eels' own ice. Now it's D'Alessandro skating it off to Hemstrom. Hemstrom in the offensive side, taking a 360 right corner. Hemstrom yet again, poking it up for Kalinowski at the half wall to Sanzatero's left. Center now for Kalinowski, the lone Eel storming into the attacking end, right corner. Kalinowski with one on, and the cover-up is produced for shot number 49 for the Eels. 49-19 are the shots on goal, by the way. 3-0 Eels as we now reach the final 6 minutes of play. Hertz Arena definitely jam-packed right now. Plenty of FGCU fans awaiting that game coming up about half an hour from now against UMass. But the bleachers are packed right now. Fans standing all around the boards, checking out the final moments of this USPHL hockey game. Now it's Vlasic hanging back in front of Sanzatera. Sanzatera won't touch up on it. Now it's Hertog. Hertog trying to split defenders. He'll be able to get past Toth successfully to the invading zone. Now Skorek will take him to the right corner as Cade Swigert dominates this one across the blue line. Onside, Toth with a shot, right circle, and that right there is shot number 50, and it comes with, yet again, some drama. Cade Swigert goes down hard on the right end board. Sanzatera took a moment to get back up as well after blocking a shot. And this is just one of those rare instances where you just want a game to get over with, because you definitely don't want to see things escalate into what they've already been, and you don't want to see any suspensions get dealt out. Cade Swigert heading back to the benches off of a line change. He was scratched from last night's elite game. And overall, this has been a great opportunity this evening for those elite guys who got called up. Once again, Nick Tickus, Adam Bertzloff, Jake Court, and Cade Swigert. Jake Court playing his first game at the Premier level this season. Same could be said for Cade Swigert. So once again, these are players who have absolutely shined at the elite level. And with there only being a Premier game this evening, Coach Frankie Scarpacci and Alex Sanchez, they both agreed this would be a great time for them to showcase what they have to offer at the Premier level. And complete pass by the Junior Blades goes all the way back to Victor Paulson, rolling like a wheel. And Paulson will smother that one. Now Montmarquette engaging some shoves with Brody Ormiston right corner back in the Junior Blades end zone. The Eels and Junior Blades rivalry, it's so unique and almost ironic because these two teams are filled with players who have grown up competing with one another, specifically speaking about the local kids. You have quite a few, especially on the elite level, but the Junior Blades and Eels for years They've had guys who have played with each other in youth hockey, but then things got divided up at the junior level. On the benches right now, guys are running their mouths back and forth at each other. Jared Figueroa being one of them for the Eels, having some fun with the junior blades. Danik Frankor right next to him doing the same. Frankor, a goaltender who is on the bench for tonight. And now it's Nick Tigas, just trying to provide some relief for the Eels as the junior blades begin to apply some offensive pressure. 4:15 now left in the hockey game. Nick Tigas, half wall to the right dasher. Now it's Carnes playing it down the far glass into attacking territory. Poked around behind the cage by Court. Court not able to maintain possession. And it's loaded back outside for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro loads it on in. Grund gives him a little hip check. Nothing more than that comes, however. Now it's Court trying to get the wrap around up to the near post. Can't get anything rolling that time around. And there we saw Reeser just narrowly avoiding a hit from Jake Court, who is ready to lower the left shoulder there. Things starting to slow down a little bit in terms of play, as the Eels try to just kill that clock as they lead towards another victory. They lead 3-0 yet again, down to 3 minutes 10 seconds. Crabtree bumps shoulders there with Shepard, and those two will head back to the benches as they simultaneously get the line changes rolling. Now it's JP Marquette spreading it to Handfast off to his left side. Now near end for Kalinowski. Kalinowski trying to light the lamp. He'll back it to Hemstrom. Shot wide, and the net comes off of the peg to the far end. And right now their goaltender Sanzatora didn't realize it, nor did the officials. And finally, we have a whistle. Jacob Handfast, near dasher for the next face-off. Eels come up big once more. Seems as if absolutely everything has gone the Eels' way here in this one, except for, of course, those officiating concerns they've had. And now big hits are laid out. Handfast is on top of a guy. Oh, goodness. What happened there is Grund just laid out Jacob Handfast there. Hemstrom ended up getting on top of him. And Handfast once again just letting things be and trying not to get pulled further into any mind games. Guys getting tripped up, and now the Eels are called for a penalty. And some more extracurricular activities ensue. Handfast trying to bring forth Reeser, trying to challenge him, and now skating back to the bench. Handfast will do the Gator Chomp, a celebration commonly performed by the junior blades after their goals. So he'll use that as a taunt. Not the first time he's done that either this season. But Kalinowski's sitting down, elbowing call for the next 2 minutes, but there's only 1 minute 54 seconds to kill in this game before it's all said and done. Now we see all of the FGCU hockey players in uniforms standing by the entry boards, awaiting their warm-ups. Their game was scheduled for an 8:45 start time. However, it's 8:40 p.m. right now, so their game will probably start a little later than expected. And now Brazina's rung up with a roughing penalty, so we head to 4-on-4. Eels benches just absolutely hamming it up right now, banging on the benches and making sure that Brezina can hear them loud and proud. Now it's Court pounding it to the right point. Leveled out to Carnes, left circle, lowers it to the corner. And with all that's happened throughout the course of this game, you just have that feeling that this may not be the end of it. All of the rough stuff that's went down. Now point-blank opportunity played out there by Ormiston, but he couldn't drive it home past Victor Paulson. Now it's Philip Skorek. Across the middle of the rink. He's onside across the blue line with Hemstrom behind him. But Hemstrom's not fast enough to help him out. Breaking up the opportunity is Ormiston. Now it's Montmarquette. Wangling it down left circle with one shot on, but that did not get on. Now down to your final 50 seconds of play. Getting out there is Philip Skorek. Now it's Hemstrom. Almost jammed it up on the centering feed for Podrazov. Couldn't convert. Now it's Tigas. Center ice line. Exchanging it with Hemstrom. And now it's Roost. 18 seconds to go in the third. The Eels will take a victory here tonight. And a big one at that they needed to bounce back after getting swept against DME Academy last weekend. But Junior Blades still looking to score, but Tor gets it out to center. Possible breakaway for Toth, but time runs out, and he crashes into the net, but the puck went into the cage anyway. That's your hockey game. The final score, the Florida Eels 3 and the Junior Blades 0, and that gets a huge ovation from this Florida Eels crowd. They'll head home happy tonight. But fans, as a result of this huge victory yet again, the Eels now advance to an overall record of 16 wins, 8 losses, and 2 defeats in overtime. They are now just 1.5 game behind DME Academy for the first place spot in the Florida Premier Division. Meanwhile, the Florida Junior Blades, they bounced down to a record of 7-15-1. They remain in third place. Handshake lines going on right now. And as of right now, they're going smoothly. But you really do have to give it to Victor Paulson here tonight, picking up the shutout, saving all 20 shots faced. Eels were able to put up 51 total shots on the board. So once again, 3-0 your final score. This is Nick Rush giving you the play-by-play of the action and saying thank you for tuning into this Friday evening on the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. Be safe, and we will see you on Sunday once again when the Eels face the Tampa Bay Juniors, 1:30 p.m. at the Fort Myers Stadium. But until then, be safe and enjoy your weekend.